Now it's time for we build a system monitoring tool in Python. Now this system will monitor and keep tracks of your CPU and RAM usage in real time. Instead of just printing numbers, we will build visual progress bars that change color based on how hard your computer is working. So let's call this project system monitor and hit enter. The project got created. Let me maximize this. Now here we will use some packages. So let me open the terminal here. Let's install them. So pip install. Now first of all we need psutil. Now this package gets the hardware stats, meaning the usage of CPU, RAM, and etc. Then we need another package, and that is coloroma. So this makes the text colorful, like green, red. So let me hit enter. So as you can see, the packages got successfully installed. Let me close this. Oh, before that, let me create a file actually. So new Python file. I'm gonna call this sysmon. Okay. Now we can close this. So first of all, let's import our packages. So I'm gonna write import psutil. Then we want to import time. This is an inbuilt module. Then let's import class module as well. And after that, from coloroma, we import for, then style, then init. Okay. Now after that, let's initialize coloroma. So colors work on Windows. So initialize coloroma. So colors work on Windows. So I'm gonna do init, and here let's write auto reset equal true. So this is for Windows because Windows CMD prompt does not understand the color codes, but in Mac and Linux, the terminals already understand colors natively. So this init doesn't need to do any translation work here. So it mostly sits idle. Now after this, we need our functions. So first of all, we'll have a create bar function. So create underscore bar, and there we'll accept a parameter. So that would be percentage. And let's have multi-line string here. And let me write here creates a visual text bar with these signs. And after this, let's have a variable called total underscore length equal 30. So you can make the bar longer or shorter here. So the more number you give here, the bar will be more wider or longer, you can say. Let me have some spaces below. Okay. After that, let's calculate how many types to draw. So let's write field underscore length equal, let's call this int method. So it turn any floating point numbers to integer. Then here we pass total length into, then the percentage which will be passed in the function, and we will do floor division with 100. And after doing that, we have to construct the bar string. The bar equal that pipe, then into field length. We'll multiply this sign with that number, then concatenate with a hyphen sign, and we'll multiply that with total length minus field length result. And after that, we're gonna return the bar. Okay, let me minimize this. After that, we'll need another function to get the color actually. So def get color, and here also we will have that percentage parameter. Here we're gonna write returns green for low, yellow for medium, and red for high. Now after this, let's check if percentage less than 50. If that is the case, we'll return 4 dot green. Okay, then elif percentage less than 80. If that is the case, we want to return 4 dot yellow. We have to return this actually, and else if both are not true, we want to return underscore dot read. Now the defining of the functions are done. Now it's time for the main program. So main program. Now here first write the print statement and let's print initializing monitor, and after that let's have some try and except block. So let's try, and in that try we will have a while loop and it would be true, so the loop runs as long as the user does not exit the program. Now here let's have a variable cpu underscore usage, and here we can use this package which is psutil, and let's write psutil dot cpu percent, and let's give an interval, so interval, and that would be 0.5, and let's check the RAM usage. So psutil dot virtual memory dot percent. Okay, after getting them, now it's time for os dot system. Now here we give cls. Now it is for Windows, so if cls has been typed, it will clear the console and it will happen on the Windows system. So we are gonna write this logic here. So os dot name equal nt. Nt means Windows. Else means if that is Mac or Linux, the command would be clear. Now after this line, let's print something. So print, and we want to print style dot bright. So this should be bright, and then let's have a new line /n, then some hyphens. Let's have the string which is live system monitor, and again a /n for a new line. After that, let's have our CPU display. So CPU display. So first of all, let's have a variable called CPU underscore bar, and let's call this create bar function and pass the CPU usage. Then let's have another variable called CPU color, and let's call that, the function name is get color. So get color, and let's pass the CPU usage again, and after that let's print them. Print, let's have a string formatting, and there let's write CPU usage, and let's insert CPU color, and after that in a square bracket let's insert CPU bar, so the bars should look nice. After that let's insert the CPU usage. After that let's give the percentage sign. Now it's time to display our RAM usage. So RAM display, like CPU, we'll have another variable called RAM underscore bar equal create bar. Now let's call this RAM underscore usage, then RAM underscore color, and let's call this function get color, and again pass RAM usage, and it's time to print. Let me copy this line, actually paste it here, and here I'm gonna call this RAM usage, and here let's have this RAM usage. I think that would be RAM color, actually. RAM color, then RAM bar, then RAM usage finally. After that let's write print, and here I'm gonna write style dot reset all to reset, and let's concatenate with this. I'm gonna have a /n for a new line, then bunch of dashes, and after that I'm gonna write the print statement again, and I'm gonna tell the user to press Ctrl plus C or Command plus C to stop. Okay, now if this try block has some exception, we have to handle that. So I'm gonna write the except block. So if any keyboard interrupt happens, we're gonna print with a /n, obviously, and we're gonna print that monitor stopped. So our program is done. So let me make this bigger and execute the file, and as you can see it is printing. As you can see, it is showing the CPU usage and RAM usage with bars. I have to press Command C to stop. I think it's Control C, so both are not allowing me to stop. So let me stop from here, actually. So as you can see, it is printing the CPU usage and as well as the RAM usage after a little time frame, actually. So you can see the CPU usage, then the RAM usage, Again, the CPU usage, RAM usage. Let me run this again. Let me write Control C to stop the program, but it is not working. Command C, it is not working. So I have to stop the program manually from here. Okay, so I researched a bit and found that this is a PyCharm issue actually, I think. So if you run this on a terminal, the Control C should stop the program, or Command C. And this is also happening. Uh, and this red error, term environment variable not set, is also because of PyCharm, I guess. That is what I found on the internet. You don't have to worry about that, but our program is working actually fine. I'll put these codes in my GitHub, and you will find all the codes of previous projects as well in my GitHub. And that's all for now. See you in the next one.